You can't. Yeah, you gonna have to. There you go. All right. First and foremost, we give all praise, honor, and glory unto the Most High God, Yahweh. We do so in the name of His only begotten Son, who the world calls Christ, Yahweh Shai. His brother Chief Priest Allah Zabon located Gorilla Hebrew.
Mr. Brother Hassan.
Well, we just got off of a nice, lengthy 4-hour discussion with a panel of Christians. Very interesting. Look for it. I'm gonna upload it on the channel. Most High willing tomorrow. Or today or tomorrow. I mean, it's already tomorrow. It's Wednesday, so most time at some point today, it'll be uploaded right here on YouTube.com/Sicarii, the home of Sicarii. So all praise to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai for that. It was beautiful. All praise, honor, glory to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai for how powerful it was. But yeah, we back now, so that's what kind of pushed it. Sometimes we've done it early in the morning, late night classes. I want to kind of start doing the classes earlier now. Now that we're finally settled here in Atlanta in the spirit, but we're still kind of we're settled, but we're not all the way settled. As y'all can matter of fact, you see these boxes? We're not all the way settled yet. We ain't all the way together yet. But most high willing, we will be by next week. So by next week. So yeah. So I want to kind of normalize these a little bit more. For sure, through the spirit, so everybody can know when to catch them. Yeah, ATL certainly needs some help, man. We're here to help. We are here to help through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. My name is Alazar, meaning my God is my help, and I'm gonna tell you this: He helps me to help you. I'm gonna tell you that now, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. That's what it's about. But yeah, like, sub, share, and super chat. We getting ready to get into our class. So also we're gonna change up classes a little bit. We're gonna do we're going to prophecy and a little bit of reform stuff on Mondays still. The camp is at CNN Center on Saturdays. And Thursdays. We open up the Thursday camp here as well. Most High will. So we'll be out there on Thursday. What I was gonna say. Changes to classes. We're going to be doing Monday the reform stuff and the gospel stuff, or the prophecy stuff and the gospel stuff. And then for Tuesday, we'll be doing just the history. We've been doing history and Torah on Tuesday, but now we're switching Torah up to the Shabbat. So the Shabbat, of course, right now is Thursday night to Friday night. So Thursday night, look for Shabbat service, more of a Shabbat style class. Will y'all do any temple science? We could do some temple science. Especially if you ask for it, we can go into that. What do you mean, which Torah do we use? We have different ones. We have Lashawan Kodash ones that brothers themselves in the truth they compile. JPS is all right. Or just the good old KJV. We'll probably do a little Q&A at the end, kind of depending. So, but I'm going to do the classes, get them a little bit more structured as far as time. And, we're going to add the Sabbath one in. Plus, of course, tomorrow we have Situation Room. I think we may have LaRon Campbell on. I had that confirmed. Well, y'all will know tomorrow, but yeah, Situation Room tomorrow. Most I will LaRon Campbell will be on. Thursdays, it'll probably be the Thursday camp. I'll let you know. You'll know soon enough. For sure. We gotta work it out. We just getting in the swing here in the A. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai. So look out for that. Look out for everything. We want to just optimize edification per usual. That is the goal, to provide optimal edification for the nation of Israel, to help us wake up. That's simple. So all praise to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. All right. Yeah, the stone. I mean, I like the stone, but it's good to do comparative as well. It's good to look at all of them. You know what I'm saying, and get a consensus of what is being translated as well. Of course, preeminent importance goes on the Hebrew. Looking at the actual Hebrew, man. So yeah, even this angle, like, this is just kind of impromptu. Because we're in my room and I kind of got the garage set up to where it's going to be where we do classes at. But right now, like, so you can understand a little bit of the struggle we're going through. we're waiting for them to come and install our internet, right? So because of that, we can't go live off of the computers like we'd like to. I haven't peeped the corner. Go live off the computers like we usually do. So we have to go live off the phones. So now we have limited mic and things of that nature. So I'm just doing it in the room. Whether you can't fully grow the beard, you grow it out as much as you can, Louis Import, or Lou Import. But yeah, so everything is kind of, we still ironing the kinks out, but regardless, the edification got to go out, right? The edification has got to go out, and it's going to go out through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. So we know that's for sure, and we're gonna get his daily bread, in the spirit. But let's start with Numbers 21. Go to Numbers 21. Yeah, that's why the stream was black and stuff yesterday too, because I guess the reason why I'm doing it like this now is because people were complaining. Shalom. Dude in Nas Radio, man. How you feeling, brother? Right by Yah. Right. So what we have to understand is that not what we have to understand. Going back, yesterday we was black. It was all black, and people ain't like it. Hold on. Man, my son out there being bad, man. Cutting up late at night. You know what I'm saying? Cutting up late at night. So now, but we was all black yesterday, and people wasn't really feeling it. So because people wasn't feeling it, I said, to hell with it. Let's just show our, let's just do it like this. You know what I'm saying? Even though the setup ain't all the way right, they leave this camera angle. I don't even like this angle, but whatever. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter if y'all didn't like the all black. I guess we can give y'all this in the spirit. Plus I'm upstairs, man. That's why I like to do it in the garage. Because upstairs, we got the kids running around and stuff like that. Garage, you ain't got that going on. But without the proper mic set up, the garage is all echoey, it's empty. You know what I'm saying? It's just not ideal. Especially we probably couldn't even have a camera set up yet in there. So we just figuring it out, man. But now we're here in Atlanta, through the spirit, by the grace of Yahweh, we're thankful for it. We're gonna get you know what I'm saying? We're going to get real nice and set up for y'all. Not have so much of the, 6 a.m. classes and things of that nature. Even though I know some of y'all liked it, to be honest with you. I know some of y'all liked it. I kind of liked it to agree, but I kind of wanted a nice standard set up a little bit more, through the spirit. So, yeah, we here. Atlanta, GA, though. What's the deal? What about H-Town? We got War Dog Yaquab out there in H-Town. So if you hit us with an email, we can hook you up with the brother we got out there in the H that's building through the spirit now, the brother Yaquab, but go ahead.
This is Numbers chapter 21, verse 1.
I'm in ATL until further notice, man. I'm looking to really sink my teeth into this piece. I'm gonna tell you that now. So we in the building, man. We in the building. Go ahead.
Numbers 21 and 1.
Joel, he is a Syrian. The KJV says Edomite, but the Hebrew even says Syrian, just like the Josephus, right? So and here's the thing, brother Joel. I didn't know. Okay, man, you already know. Hit me, Iraq. So look, I didn't even know that the whatchamacallit said that, the Josephus said that, which is beautiful because that brings even more validity to the understanding, even though we already knew it through the Hebrew. It's the same thing as thou shalt not abhor Edomite. So we're talking about a Syrian right there. So that's powerful. The water for that, brother. The water for that, Jim. We always give credit, what credit's due. So all praise to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai for that. But go ahead, Numbers 21 and 1.
It's Numbers 21 and 1. And Yahweh said unto Moses, Speak unto the priests, the sons of Aaron, and say unto them, There shall none be defiled for the dead among his people, but for his kin that is near unto him, that is for his mother, and for his father, and for his son, and for his daughter, and for his brother.
So just like you have Nazarites, right? If you have the Nazarite vow, you can't go to no funeral for nobody. A high priest, or anybody of the high priest lineage, the Aaronic lineage, right? Not every Levite, but the Aaronites in particular, they had the same type of conditions except for their immediate nuclear family, mother, father, son, and daughter who was not married. They can make themselves unclean for. Tragic. Yahweh Shemiah Shabbat Shalom. So the Aaronites could, there was exceptions for that, but it was only your immediate nuclear family. So they were almost held to the same standard as a Nazarite, just from being by birth the descendants of Aaron, right? So read.
And for his sister, a virgin that is nigh
a virgin that is nigh unto him. That's not married, right? A virgin, she's not with nobody, right? Read.
It says, which had had no husband.
Which have had what?
No husband.
Right. What does this show? When a woman has a husband, she's not a part of your house no more, right? When you have a sister, and you say, for example, I'm a Levite, right? If I have a sister and she marries a Judite, she's not in our house no more. She is a Levite. Don't get that wrong. But she is now as a woman in the house of Judah. So she doesn't have the perks of being a Levite in that instance. And if I wasn't, I'm a Nazarite, so I don't go to no funerals, no way. But if I wasn't, but I was an Aaronite, then I wouldn't go to her funeral if she, unfortunately was to pass. That's how the law is set up. Just like if a Levite woman is not married, she can be grown or whatever, or if her husband dies and she returns to her father's house, she can eat of the most holy things. What are the most holy things? Those are the things that the Levites are sustained with from all the offerings of Israel, be it monetarily or food or whatever. But if she gets married, she can no longer eat of the most holy things because she's now in the house of another tribe. But go ahead.
It says, and for his sister a virgin that is nigh unto him, which hath had no husband, for her may he be defiled. For her may he be defiled.
That's right, go ahead.
But he shall not defile himself, being a chief man among his people, to profane himself.
That's right. All the Aaronites are chief men. Right, read.
It says, they shall not make baldness upon their head, neither shall they shave off the corner of their beard, nor make any cuttings in their flesh.
So it's reiterating those laws that we see in Leviticus 19 and Leviticus 21 right here. No, you in Leviticus 21. Yeah. So like you're supposed to be in Numbers 21.
I'm tripping.
You're all right. Okay, yeah, I see you already. Yeah, you already know, man. The Czar is a real Nazarite, man. They put that out, man. So with the big Nazarite, we me and that brother, we do this Nazarite thing, man. Right. It's a powerful thing. Everybody, it ain't for everybody, but for some of us, it's definitely for, man. Right. So go ahead.
This is Numbers 21:1. And when King Arad the Canaanite, which dwelt in the south, heard tell that Israel came by the way of the spies, then he fought against Israel and took some of them prisoners.
So he has captured. He took some of the prisoners. What is that called? That's called a prisoner of war. Right? Read on.
And Israel vowed a vow unto Yahweh and said, if thou wilt indeed deliver this people.
So this is a vow that collectively the nation of Israel entered into. It says Israel vowed a vow unto Yahweh. So we all entered into this vow. And what was this vow? Read.
If thou wilt indeed deliver this people into my hands, and then I will utterly destroy their cities.
Let us see that we understood what the Most High wanted. The Most High wanted us to go into Canaan and kill every Canaanite. We didn't want to do it. We did not want to just destroy and obliterate and exterminate the Canaanites. But God wanted us to. The same way so many of our people have such a problem with us exterminating the Edomites. Right now, you got an Israelites that'll fight you tooth and nail. Namely, what's this dude?
Is it Israelite?
GOCC.
Bubble-eyed blackfish.
Right. Gok. Right. These clowns, right? And Salakia, man. But that's a group I have no problem getting on because of. A matter of fact, Salakia, turn that heat off. I cut the heat on. Just cut it. Just move the thing to the side, man. It's getting toasty in here. I just need a little bit of love. Yeah, put it in the center off. So now they'll fight you tooth and nail on Edomites. On allowing Edomites to come around. It's the same way how our people were with the Canaanites. See what I'm saying? Oh, no, we can't. Okay, God, look. If you but the Most High is showing us. That's why he let them take us as prisoners of war. Because he's showing that we soft on these heathens, man.
Yeah, come.
And the Most High trying to show you kill all of them. Yeah. I don't want them to exist anymore. And we had a problem with doing that, right? Saul couldn't kill all the Amalekites. The Most High gave him all the power to do it, and he just couldn't do it.
Come.
Our people are, man, we got to stop loving. We got so much love for these heathens. It's another situation I'm thinking about in my mind. I ain't going to speak on it, but anybody who's paying attention to what's going on right now, you know about how Israel is just having an undying love for the heathen.
Right.
Right? So go ahead.
This is real quick precept. Judges 2:3. Wherefore I also said, I will not drive them out from before you, but they shall be as thorns in your side.
Because that's what a heathen is. A heathen is a thorn in the side of Israel. So, y'all don't want to kill all of them? Okay, cool. They're going to stick around.
Yeah, come.
But they're going to be there as a thorn in your side.
Come.
They're going to be there consistently messing with you. Read.
Come. But as thorns in your sides, and their God shall be a snare unto you.
Mm-hmm. See that? And because we were so soft on the heathen, their gods ended up being a snare unto us and led us into further captivity and got us in America with English and French and Spanish and Portuguese last names.
Come. Yeah.
All because we just are so soft on the heathen. So in this instance, we know the Most High wants us to be hard on the heathen, wants us to obliterate these heathen. So we say, we'll do what you want us to do if you let some of us free. What does that show? That Israel understood that the Most High wanted us not to have mercy, but here it is that we were having mercy. We were being soft. And that's a problem. This is a cut right here, though, on these niggas that want to save the white man. And any of the other heathen.
That's right.
Because not just Esau. All right? Our people got a sudden affinity for Cush. Right? So read.
And real quick, too. And it really just boils down to unbelief and not fearing the Most High, because our people will be, oh, well, that's so rude. How can you kill? You read Psalm 37. How can you kill these Edomite kids?
Brother Ernie in the
like
right spirit. Go ahead.
You feel what I'm saying? But when you read, what is it, Isaiah, where it says that he gave Ethiopia and the other nations for our life. He's doing this for our...
Ethiopia and Egypt was given for you.
This for our benefit.
They died so you can live.
Yeah, exactly. So the Most High he's killing these nations for our benefit, because he knows if we don't kill them, they're going to do things like put us in the damn transatlantic slave trade.
That's right.
So if we would have just listened to the Most High, we wouldn't be in the position that we're in. But our people want to walk after their own hearts. And that's why the heathen are a thorn in our flesh. But I'm going to keep going. It says, verse 3, and Yahweh hearkened to the voice of Israel and delivered up the Canaanites, and they utterly destroyed them and their cities. And he called the name of the place Hormah. And they journeyed from Mount Hor by the way of the Red Sea.
Where's like to read that last part again?
It says, and that Yahweh hearkened to the voice of Israel, and they delivered up the Canaanites, and they utterly destroyed them in their cities.
So the Lord listened, and we went and we utterly exterminated this specific group of Canaanites who had captured our brothers and put them in as prisoners of war. Go ahead.
It says, and he called the name of the place Hormah. It means utter destruction. That's what it means.
Because we utterly destroyed these heathens. Go ahead.
And they journeyed from Mount Hor by the way of the Red Sea to compass the land of Edom, and the soul of the people was much discouraged because of the way. And the people spake against God and against Moses, wherefore have you brought us up out of Egypt to die in the wilderness?
Why are you bringing us here? So we can die? Right, that's what's being said. Read.
For there is no bread, neither is there any water, and our soul loatheth this light bread.
You see that? Oh, this. We got sick of manna. We were tired of it. You know, God gave us free food, and it wasn't enough. And we don't like this way you're going. It's not food here. We just don't like this way you're taking us, God. This is how fickle Negroes and Latinos are, right? I know who this is talking about. It's not talking about the white man. It's not talking about the Hamite. These people don't act like this. Yeah. It's talking about blacks and Hispanics, man. That's who acts like this. Go ahead.
Yeah, because we're the ones that's picky and stuff. White man will eat any damn thing.
White man, ain't you ever heard of Bear Grylls? Where's the black Bear Grylls? Huh? Where's the nigga Bear Grylls at? Just in the damn wilderness eating the damn dung beetle. Huh? Where's the black Bear Grylls eating a grub worm? You ain't seen them. Read.
It says, and Yahweh sent fiery serpents among the people, and they bit the people, and much people...
The Most High is so mad, and he's so sick of you niggas, that he sent serpents, snakes to attack you. Right? Deservedly so. Go ahead.
And they bit the people, and much people of Israel died.
He just started killing niggas with snakes. Yahweh, man, he get down on somebody. If you watch and if you read in this Bible, man, you'll start to Shalom the brother Sarala. If you read in this Bible, what you'll start to find out is the Most High, man, he got a real sense of humor. He sent a snake out of there. Then he sent bears. Then he do that. He did all kind of stuff to kill people. Right? So read. You know, good point. Import. Go ahead.
Okay. Therefore, the people came to Moses and said, we have sinned.
Now they realize it. Here come the snakes, and now you realize to shut your damn mouth. See that? Now you get it. You sinned against the Most High. Read on.
We have sinned, for we have spoken against Yahweh.
We spoken against who?
Yahweh.
They spoke against the Most High. So our people realized that after snakes bit them, that their speech against the Most High was wrong. Now they get it. Read.
It says, and against thee, praying to the Lord that he take away the serpents.
Now Moses, please see, Moses is doing what here? Making intercession.
Mm-hmm.
He's an intercessor. Israel didn't say, I'm going to just go to Yahweh, please come do A.B. No. Israel said, Moses, you pray to Yahweh and you that's intercession. Read.
And Moses prayed for the people. And Yahweh said unto Moses, make thee a fiery serpent.
He said, make thee a fiery serpent. Make a serpent. Right? This is a key verse of the Bible that you better know. This is in Numbers what?
21st chapter.
The 21st chapter. Keep that in mind. Read.
Make thee a fiery serpent and set it upon a pole.
And put it on a pole, right? This is a statue of a serpent, right? On a pole. Right? Read on.
And set it upon a pole, and it shall come to pass that everyone that is bitten, when he looketh upon it, shall live.
Right? So if you look at that serpent, you'll survive that bite. Right? Now, you already know. I ain't got to tell you.
This is John chapter 3, not verse 16, verse 14.
Before that, so we got to deal in context.
This is John 3 and 14. And as Moses lifted up the serpent in the wilderness, even so must the Son of Man be lifted up.
Let's see that? So what we're reading about in Numbers 21, about the fiery serpent that is put upon the pole and lifted up, and people look to it for salvation in this instance, was a form of Yahushua. And we know that was only given to Israelites because, like I said, remember, it's in Numbers 21. In Numbers 11, the mixed multitude was wiped out. So there's no more mixed multitude with us. It's only Israel. So only Israel looked at that serpent on that pole, and only Israel was saved by that same manner as Yahushua coming. Cutting any ideology that Yahushua's salvation is for anybody outside of Israel. Cutting all thoughts of such a stupid thing. Right? Read on.
Verse 9. And Moses made a serpent of brass and put it upon a pole. And it came to pass that if a serpent had bitten any man, when he beheld the serpent of brass, he lived.
If he looked at that serpent, he lived. And that's the same way of Yahushua, him being elevated on that wooden cross. Same thing. Go ahead.
And the children of Israel.
And this also is the proof to what? When we read in Isaiah 6. About the seraphim, which is a fiery serpent. We read in Isaiah 14, right? Get Isaiah 14, matter of fact.
This is Isaiah 14 and 29. Rejoice not thou, whole Palestina, because the rod of him that smote thee is broken.
See that? Go ahead.
For out of the serpent's root shall come forth a cockatrice.
Out of the serpent's root, which is David, comes the cockatrice. That's referencing King Hezekiah. Right? Read on.
And his fruit.
And Hezekiah's offspring, which Yahushua is of the lineage of, read.
Shall be a fiery flying serpent.
Shall be a what?
Fiery flying serpent.
See that? That's what it's calling Yahushua. Then we see the correlation between John 3. Now we understand Quetzalcoatl and Kukulkan that we see here in the Americas from our brothers of the tribes of Issachar and Zebulun. We see that. And they describe this messianic figure as a fiery flying serpent. We understand this all dealing with Yahushua. All of it. Right? So read.
Verse 10. And the children of Israel set forward.
Feet like burnt brass. Good point. Order of Melchizedek. Go ahead.
And pitched in Abath. And they journeyed from Abath and pitched in Ajibarim in the wilderness, which is before Moab, toward the sun rising. From thence they removed and pitched in the valley.
See, it say what? Read that part again.
It says, and they journeyed from Abath and pitched at Ajibarim in the wilderness, which is before Moab.
Before who?
Moab.
Read.
Toward the sun rising.
See that? What is China called? In Japan called?
Japan, yeah.
The land of the rising sun. That's what they call Asia in general. Asia is the land of the rising sun. Why? Moab and Ammon dwell where? To the land of the rising sun. That's how you know who the Moabites and the Ammonites are. Who dwells in the land of the rising sun? Chinese man and Japanese man. Right? That's what they call the East. They're way east.
Yeah, Orient.
The Orient. Going back to the Hebrew word, right. Okay. So you can understand. So what does this mean? It's showing you that who the Moabites and the Ammonites are, the Asian people, right? So read on.
It says, from thence they removed and pitched in the valley of Zered. From thence they removed and pitched on the other side of Arnon, which is in the wilderness that cometh out of the coast of the Amorites. For Arnon is the border of Moab, between Moab and the Amorites. Wherefore it is said in the book of the wars of Yahweh, what he did in the Red Sea and in the brooks of Arnon.
Well, where's that book? They found the book of Jasher and Enoch, right? Where is that book?
That's a cold title for
the book of the wars of Yahweh. I want to read in that book. But see, they haven't found none of these books. Not Enoch, not Jasher. There's not even a record in the Bible of the book of Enoch, actually. But there's a book of Jasher spoken about in the Bible. And there's this book, right? But they've never been discovered. Where's the book of the wars? We don't know. So go ahead.
And at the stream of the brooks that goeth down to the dwelling of Ar, and lieth upon the border of Moab. And from thence they went to Beer, that is to the well whereof Yahweh spake unto Moses, gather the people together, and I will give them water. Then Israel sang this song, spring up, O well, sing ye unto it. The princes digged the well, the nobles of the people digged it, by the direction of the lawgiver with their slaves, and from the wilderness they went to Mattanah, and from Mattanah to Nahaliel, and from Nahaliel to Bamoth, and from Bamoth in the valley, that is the country of Moab, to the top of Pisgah, which looketh toward Jeshimon. And Israel sent messengers unto Sihon, king of the Amorites, saying, let me pass through thy land. We will not turn into the fields or into the vineyards. We will not drink of the waters of the well, but we will go along by the king's highway until we be past thy borders. And Sihon would not suffer Israel to pass through his border.
Watch this. Jeremy is, first off, brother, I like your name. I'm doing a video on that soon. Your name, that is, your last name in particular. I know about it through the Spirit. But yes, the reason why Enoch is directly quoted in many verses of Enoch is because somebody after the Bible was compiled went and wrote those in there.
Yes.
It's called a hoax. It's called a forgery, brother. Don't be simple. Go ahead.
Yeah, that'd be like if I put, thus Israel dwelt in the land of the Amorites, and then, wrote the book of Asad and said,
thus and then you go, see, look, it's the Bible. Using noodle, brother. Read.
Verse 23, it says, and Sihon would not suffer Israel to pass through his border, but Sihon gathered all his people together and went out against Israel into the wilderness.
They said, to hell with that. We going to war with these Israelites. Right? Read on.
And he came to Jahaz and fought against Israel.
Uh-huh.
And Israel smote him with the edge of the sword and possessed his land from Arnon unto Jabbok, even unto the children of Ammon, for the border of the children of Ammon was strong. And Israel took all these cities, and Israel dwelt in the cities of the Amorites, in Heshbon, and in all its villages.
We got them towns and we had those cities. Simple as that, right? Read.
For Heshbon was the city of Sihon, the king of the Amorites, who had fought against the former king of Moab, and taken all his land out of his hand, even unto Arnon. Wherefore they that speak in Proverbs say, come into Heshbon, let the city of Sihon be built and prepared. For there is a fire gone out of Heshbon, a flame from the city of Sihon. It hath consumed Ar of Moab, and the lords of the high places of Arnon. Woe to thee, Moab, thou art undone.
So we're singing a song, correct? So we're literally, listen to these songs here. And then you turn on a rap song, you wonder why a rap song is the way it is. Start from the top of that song. It sounds like a damn rap record. Right? Read it.
Wherefore they that speak in Proverbs say, come into Heshbon, let the city of Sihon be built and prepared.
And build up this town, right? Read.
For there is a fire gone out of Heshbon.
We're going to burn this place up. We burnt this place up, right? We're going to burn it down. That's what we're singing about. Read.
Yeah, well, what was that song? Meek Mill, Big Sean, let it burn.
Yeah, let it burn. See that?
Yeah.
We were singing that. Go ahead.
A flame from the city of Sihon had consumed Ar of Moab.
This nigga's dead. Yeah. I burnt him. How many times you ever heard a nigga say, I burnt this nigga?
Right.
Or something to that effect on a rap record. We're singing this. So who are the Israelites? Go ahead.
And the lords of the high places of Arnon. Woe to thee, Moab, thou art undone. O people of Chemos.
Wow, whoa, destruction to you Moabites, you worshippers of Chemos, read.
He hath given his sons that escaped and his daughters into captivity.
I enslaved your children. Go ahead.
Unto Sihon, king of the Amorites.
Oh no, the Canaanites enslaved your children. Read.
We have shot at them.
We what?
Have shot at them.
We what?
Shot at them.
Read it again.
It says we have shot at
this
them.
This the Bible. It sounds like the drill music. We have shot at them. You were thinking about shooting people 3,000 years ago. No one else sings about shooting at people. Arabs shoot every damn thing up. They don't sing about shooting people. White men shoot everything up. They don't sing about shooting people. We sing about shooting people though, right? And that's in the Bible. Huh? Read.
We have shot at them.
Heshbon
is perished.
Hold on, Ayash. This don't sound like Lav right here. This is a CML song. We have shot at them, and their whole hood is perished. 4th Street is perished, right? Go ahead.
Even unto Dibon.
All of it, from 4th all the way to the whole Pebble Beach is perished, right?
And we have laid them waste even unto Nepal, which reacheth unto Medeba.
You know what? You know what? This sounds like. Hold on, real quick. This sounds like something. This sounds like something, man.
Oh my god.
This sounds real quick, y'all. Real quick, not this. This is an ad. This sounds like something to me. Hold on. Hold on. It sound like this. He's got a gun with 100 shells. We knocked him down. We killed him. See what I'm saying? This sounds like that. This is the same type of stuff we sung about now. It's wickedness. A lot of us are singing about now because we're singing about murdering each other and things of that nature, and that's not good, right? But when the Most High gave heathens into our hands, we would write rap records. We would write drill music, right? Pedro, you know what time it is, man, right? We would write this type of stuff and we would sing about it, man. We would sing. Yeah, did you see that? That's 10. All right. All praise Yahweh. But we would sing glory to the Most High for delivering our enemies into our hands. So these rap songs that you hear now, this has been our spirit for thousands of years, man. We've been doing that. You had a point, officer?
Yeah. What did Samuel say? He said, "I pray to God that He
give me my enemies."
Yeah.
He said it. When I pray to God, that give me all my enemies. He said the brother said it, man. He's in the spirit. All right. Israel it's the real drill, right? It was right here in the Bible. Oh, we're doing that video soon is drill music in the Bible. Go ahead.
It says, and Moses sent to spy. It's like, thus Israel dwelt in the land of the Amorites. And Moses sent to spy out Jazer, and they took the villages thereof and drove out the Amorites that were there. And they turned and went up by the way of Bashan. And Og, the king of Bashan, went out against them.
Here come this nigga Og. Read.
He and all his people to the battle at Edrei. And the Lord said unto Moses, fear him not, for I have delivered him into thy hand, and all his people and his land, and thou shalt do to him as thou didst unto Sihon, king of the Amorites.
We're going to do him just like we did them niggas. Right? Go ahead.
Which dwelt at Heshbon. So they smote him and his sons and all his people until there was none left him alive, and they possessed his land.
Go ahead. So now we knocked him down. Now we have his land. Go ahead.
Chapter 22, verse 1. Numbers 22 and 1. And the children of Israel set forward and pitched in the plains of Moab on this side Jordan by Jericho. And Balak, the son of Zippor, saw all that Israel had done to the Amorites. And Moab was sore afraid of the people because they were many. And Moab was distressed because of the children of Israel. And Moab said unto the elders of Midian, now shall this company lick up all that are round about us, as the ox licketh up the grass of the field. And Balak, the son of Zippor, was king of the Moabites at that time.
Go ahead.
It says, he sent messengers, therefore, unto Balaam, the son of Beor, to Pethor, which is by the river of the land of the children of his people, to call them, saying, behold, there is a people come out from Egypt. Behold, they cover the face of the earth, and they abide over against me.
Who is that? The Israelites. Go ahead.
Come now, therefore, I pray thee, curse me this people.
So he's trying to pay this guy to curse the Israelites. He's paying for that, right? Read.
For they are too mighty for me. Peradventure I shall prevail, that we may smite them.
Mm-hmm. Curse them so we will actually be able to win because there's too many of them and I'm scared. That's what this Moabite king is saying, right? This Chinese man. Read.
And that I may drive them out of the land, for I wot that he whom thou blessest is blessed, and he whom thou cursest is cursed.
Mm-hmm.
And the elders of Moab and the elders of Midian departed with the rewards of divination in their hand, and they came unto Balaam and spake unto him the words of Balak.
Mm-hmm.
And he said unto them, and he said unto them, Lodge here this night, and I will bring you word again, as Yahweh shall speak unto me. And the princes of Moab abode with Balaam. And God came unto Balaam and said, What men are these with thee? And Balaam said unto God, Balak the son of Zippor, king of Moab, hath sent unto me, saying, Behold, there is a people come out of Egypt, which covereth the face of the earth. Come now, curse me them, peradventure I shall be able to overcome them and drive them out. And God said unto Balaam, Thou shalt not go with them. Thou shalt not curse the people.
So the Most High is telling Balaam now, this guy, right? You should not curse these people, right? Read.
For they are blessed.
They're blessed by me. You can't curse them if you wanted to. I'm the one that okays blessings and curses. Come from Yahweh. Read.
And Balaam rose up in the morning and said unto the princes of Balak, Get you into your land, for Yahweh refuses to give me.
He told him, get out of here. The only living God said, I can't do this. Read.
It says, excuse me, for Yahweh refused to give me to leave to go with you. And the princes of Moab rose up, and they went unto Balak, and said, Balaam refuses to come with us.
They went back to Balaam. Read.
And Balak sent yet again princes more and more honorable than they.
He said, even more honorable men. Read.
And they came to Balaam, and said to him, Thus saith Balak the son of Zippor, Let nothing, I pray thee, hinder thee from coming unto me. For I will promote thee unto very great honor, and I will do whatsoever thou sayest unto me.
I'll do whatever you want if you curse these Israelites, because I'm scared. Right, read?
Come therefore, I pray thee, curse me this people. And Balaam...
See, and it's stuff like this to where the heathens figured out what to do. They understand that they can't do anything against us. They understand that, right? So the white man is a crafty devil, and he's the devil that the Bible speaks of. He looked at what the Egyptians did with population control for Israel, and he took the Egyptians and he perfected their thought with something called Planned Parenthood and the legalization of abortions. He perfected their thought, right? He takes a look at all the oppressions that we went through, and he perfects the thought of it and optimizes the oppression. I'll explain. In this instance, we understand that you can't curse Israel. You just can't do it. So instead, he has now set up a system where we are living lives of sin totally, just obliviously sinning, and he knows that Yahweh is going to be cursing us and work against us as long as we're doing it. He set up a whole society that everything you do from the time you wake up in the morning is break the laws of God, knowing I can't curse them, but if they don't keep the laws, they'll be cursed.
He set us up to curse ourselves.
They set up a perfect, they indoctrinate us with the Catholic Church, Christian Church, this whole world that they live in, a strip club, everything. All these things are to keep us sinning so we stay cursed because he can't curse us. It's crazy when you think about how conniving this devil really is, right? So read.
Okay. This is verse 17, Numbers 22 and 17. For I will promote thee unto very great honor, and I will do whatsoever thou sayest unto me. Come therefore, I pray thee, curse me this people. This people. And Balaam answered and said unto the servants of Balak, If Balak would give me his house full of silver and gold, I cannot go beyond the word of Yahweh my God.
He said, it doesn't matter. I can't. It's the Most High. Right, read?
To do less or more. Now therefore I pray you, tarry ye also here this night, that I may know what Yahweh will say unto me.
Okay, let me go ask him again. Y'all wait. I'm going to ask him again. The Most High already spoke concerning this. Y'all just chill out. I'm going to ask him again. Right? Because anything I want, that sounds good. Let me see if I can work this out.
Keep going.
Yeah, go ahead.
And God came unto Balaam at night and said unto him, If the men come to call thee, rise up and go with them. But yet the word which I shall say unto thee, that shalt thou do. And Balaam rose up in the morning and saddled his ass and went with the princes of Moab. And God's anger was kindled because
now the Most High mad because this nigga think he wants something. He's been offered everything he wanted, so now the Most High is mad at him. Read.
It says, and God's anger was kindled because he went, and the angel of Yahweh stood in the way for an adversary against him. Now he was riding upon his ass, and his 2 servants were with him. So, and the ass saw the angel of Yahweh standing in the way, and his ass and his sword drawn in his hand, and the ass turned aside out of the way and went into the field, and Balaam smote the ass to turn her into the way. But the angel of Yahweh stood in the path of the vineyards, a wall being on this side and a wall on that side. And when the ass saw the angel of Yahweh, she thrust herself unto the wall and crushed Balaam's foot against the wall.
So this donkey said, man, whoa. He saw that the angel revealed himself to the donkey and was like, nah, I'm straight. And ended up crushing this dude's foot into the wall.
So like, this is just a precept going into how the heathen basically set us up to curse ourselves. And even going back to like Jude, the 5th chapter, where even the heathen know that when we sin, the Most High is going to be against us, and then the Most High will put us into slavery. But on the opposite side of the spectrum, when we keep the commandments, the Most High will be with us. So this is Lamentations 2:16. It says, all thine enemies have opened their mouth against thee. They hiss and gnash the teeth. They say, we have swallowed her up, her the Zion. Certainly this is the day that we looked for. We have found, we have seen it. What do they look for? They look for that moment of opportunity to capitalize on our sins. They sit there and wait for us to sin so they can go and conquer us because they know the Most High won't be with us. It says, the Lord hath done that which he hath devised, for he hath fulfilled his word that he had commanded in the days of old. What's that word, his word? That if we sin, that we'll get put into slavery. He hath thrown down and hath not pitied, and he hath caused thine enemy to rejoice over thee. He hath set up the horn of thine adversaries. So they've always been doing this. That's why the Moabite was so scared, because he heard about what Yahweh did in Egypt. But I'm going to keep going. It says, where are we? Okay. Verse 26, and the angel of Yahweh went further and stood in a narrow place where was no way to turn either to the right hand or to the left. And when the ass saw the angel of Yahweh, she fell down under Balaam, and Balaam's anger was kindled, and he smote the ass with a staff. And Yahweh opened the mouth of the ass, and she said unto Balaam, what have I done unto thee, that thou hast smitten me these 3 times? And Balaam, ass just spoke.
Yes, a donkey talked, so you can understand. The dumb ass speaking with man's voice. Okay, so you can understand.
And Balaam said unto the ass, because thou hast mocked me, I would there were a sword in my hand, for now would I kill thee.
Now, Balaam mad, this damn donkey think he could talk to me, man, like a Shrek or something.
I would have just, that's the first thing he's going to say? Because you made me mad. How the hell are you talking?
How are you talking? This isn't Shrek. Go ahead.
And the ass said unto Balaam, am I not thine ass, upon which thou hast ridden ever since I was thine unto this day? Was I ever want to do so?
This donkey is having a conversation with this guy. I want y'all to understand what's going on. Supernatural powers at work. Dumb ass speaking with man's voice. Go ahead.
Did I ever want to do so unto thee? And he said, nay. Then the Lord opened the eyes of Balaam, and he saw the angel of Yahweh.
Now he can see the angel. Oh, there's an angel there. Go ahead.
Standing in the way, and his sword drawn in his hand. And he bowed down his head and fell flat on his face.
He got right. That's what you're going to do when you see a destroying angel of the Most High. You're going to get down and beg for instant mercy, because he comes only to kill and do the will of Yahweh. All right, which an angel loves to do something called kill people. All right, you're going to come to find that out when you read the Bible. Read.
Yeah. And the angel of Yahweh said unto him, wherefore hast thou smitten thine ass these 3 times? Behold, I went out to withstand thee, because thy way is perverse before me.
And you can't do that. You can't curse the children of Israel. Right, read on.
And the ass saw me and turned from me these 3 times, unless she had turned from me. Surely now also I had slain thee and saved her alive. And Balaam said unto the angel of Yahweh, I have sinned, for I knew not that thou stoodest in the way against me. Now therefore, if it displease thee, I will get me back again. And the angel of Yahweh said unto Balaam, Go with the men, but only the word that I shall speak unto thee, that thou shalt speak. So Balaam went with the princes of Balak. And when Balak heard that Balaam was come, he went out to meet him unto a city of Moab, which is in the border of Arnon, which is in the utmost coast. And Balak said unto Balaam,
This is Numbers 22 and 22, so?
Numbers 22 and verse 37.
Okay.
And Balak said unto Balaam, Did I not earnestly send unto thee to call thee? Wherefore camest thou not unto me? Am I not able indeed to promote thee to honor? And Balaam said unto Balak, Lo, I come unto thee. Have I now any power at all to say anything? The word that God putteth in my mouth, that shall I speak.
I shall only say what the Most High wants me to say, not what you want me to say. Right, read.
And Balaam went to Balak, and they came unto Kirjath-Huzoth. And Balak offered oxen and sheep, and sent to Balaam and to the princes that were with him. And it came to pass on the morrow that Balak took Balaam, and brought him up into the high places of Baal, that thence he might see the utmost part of the people. Chapter 23, it says, And Balaam said unto Balak, Build me here 7 altars, and prepare me here 7 oxen and 7 rams. And Balak did as Balaam had spoken, and Balak and Balaam offered on every altar a bullock and a ram.
So they're putting up sacrifices, right? Read.
Okay. It says, And Balaam said unto Balak, Stand by thy burnt offering, and I will go. Peradventure Yahweh will come to meet me. And whatsoever he showeth me, I will tell thee. And he went to an high place. And God met Balaam, and he said unto him, I prepared 7 altars, and I have offered upon every altar a bullock and a ram. And the Lord put a word in Balaam's mouth, and said, Return unto Balak, and thus shalt thou speak. And he returned unto him, and lo, he stood by his burnt sacrifice, he and all the princes of Moab. Am I going too fast?
No, go ahead.
Okay. And he took up his parable, and said, Balak, the king of Moab, hath brought me from Aram, out of the mountains of the east, saying, Come, curse me, Jacob, and come, defy Israel. How shall I curse whom God hath not cursed?
He said, I can't curse these people because Yahweh have blessed them. So I can't curse them. There's nothing I can do. Again, going back to why Esau can't curse us. He sets up a system for us to fail so we get cursed by the Most High, because the Most High and us entered into covenant that we wouldn't break the laws. Right? So read.
Or how shall I defy whom the Lord hath not defied? For from the top of the rocks I see him, and from the hills I behold him. Lo, the people shall dwell alone, and shall not be reckoned among the nations. Who can count the dust of Jacob and the number of the 4th part of Israel? Let me die the death.
I mean, you couldn't even number 25% of Israel. A quarter of Israel can't be numbered, let alone 100%. Right? Read.
Let me die the death of the righteous, and let my last end be like his. And Balak said unto Balaam, What hast thou done unto me? I took thee to curse mine enemies, and behold, thou hast blessed them altogether.
What the hell are you doing? Go ahead.
And he answered and said, Must I not take heed to speak that which the Lord hath put in my mouth? And Balak said unto him, Come, I pray thee, with me unto another place, from whence thou mayest see them. Thou shalt see but the utmost part of them, and shalt not see them all, and curse me them from thence. And he brought him into the field of Zophim, to the top of Pisgah, and built 7 altars, and offered a bullock and a ram on every altar. And he said unto Balak, Stand here by thy burnt offering, while I meet Yahweh yonder. It says, And Yahweh met Balaam, and put a word in his mouth, and said, Go again unto Balak, and say thus. And when he came to him, behold, he stood by his burnt offering, and the princes of Moab with him. And Balak said unto him, What hath Yahweh spoken? And he took up this parable, and said, Rise up, Balak, and hear, hearken unto me, thou son of Zippor. God is not a man that he should lie, neither the son of man that he should repent. Hath he said, and shall he not do it? Or hath he spoken, and shall he not make it good? Behold, I have received commandment to bless, and he hath blessed, and I cannot reverse it. He hath not beheld iniquity in Jacob.
He said what?
He hath not beheld iniquity in Jacob.
This is a very important scripture that Hebrew Israelites, y'all need to make sure y'all got this highlighted in your sword. Read that again.
It says, He hath not beheld iniquity in Jacob.
You know what that means? Now I'm going to show you something, right? If y'all pay attention. What we at? 23 and what? 23 and 21, right? It says, he have not beheld iniquity in Jacob, neither have he seen perverseness in Israel, right? This is Numbers 23 and 21. Now watch this. Number 21. And, my soleil voice. And, watch this. Now, Numbers 21 and 7. This is 2 chapters earlier, right? And it says, therefore the people came to Moses and said, we have sinned. This is 21 and 7. 23 and 21, so like 23 and 21. He have not beheld iniquity in Jacob. Wait. Therefore the people came to Moses and said, we have sinned. I have not beheld iniquity in Jacob. 2 chapters ago they sinned. In 23 now, but it says the Most High has not beheld iniquity in Jacob. What does that mean? What is it? How is that possible? Is the Bible contradicting itself? No. What's going on is showing you that as far as the nations are concerned, Israel is innocent. As far as the nations are concerned, Israel has done nothing. So the Most High jacking us up. Well, here comes the heathen and go, wait a minute, I haven't seen. As far as you was concerned, I haven't seen iniquity in Israel. Israel has never done anything wrong as far as a Moabite, an Ammonite, an Ishmaelite, an Edomite, a Cushite is concerned. Israel has done nothing wrong. You can say nothing against Israel. It tells in Exodus what? Against the children of Israel shall not... Oh, a brother just posted, all praise Yahweh Shemel. I'm quoting it, all praises. See that? Shall not a dog move his tongue. You can't say nothing about these. As far as these people are concerned, they're the most righteous and holy and greatest people ever. Even at their lowest and most wicked state. And you're a heathen. And I don't love you. I don't care about you. I didn't send my son to die for you. You are spit to me. That's what Yahweh was saying here. This is clearly racism. Yeah. This is racism. I want you to understand that. Make sure you got that highlighted in your sword. Precept, go ahead.
2 Ezra 3 and 34. Weigh thou therefore our wickedness now in the balance, and theirs also that dwell in the world.
Go ahead.
And so shall thy name nowhere be found but in Israel.
So we're the only people who have ever been, even though we've been wicked, we're the only people who have ever been righteous.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and
so just reckon us according to that, because these other nations, to hell with them, they're evil as hell.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Our wickedness is like Ezra just said. If you take the wickedness of Israel and put it on a scale with the heathen's wickedness, they're going to completely outweigh our wickedness.
Well, that's not necessarily true, because it says that we've done even worse than these. We surpass the wicked, but our righteousness supersedes the heathen, because the heathen have no righteousness. Zero. You see what I'm saying? That's why that scripture you just read. That's what that proves. Right? Matter of fact, go to 2 Ezra 8 that I pulled on the Christians earlier.
On the beast one?
2 Ezra 8, you're starting about 28, 29.
2 Ezra 8 and 29, it says, verse 20, yeah, and let it not be thy will to destroy them which have lived like beasts, but to look upon them that have clearly taught thy law.
See that? Now you got to keep going, or there's a lot more on that. They said those that have clearly taught thy law. We're the only ones that did that. So judge us for that, not for the wickedness that we've done, not for the beast-like behavior that we have partaken in through departing from your commandments. Judge us predicated upon we're the only ones that ever were righteous, right? Black Row 13, Yahweh Shemel Shabbat Wath the water, right? Go ahead.
It says, take thou no indignation at them which are deemed worse than beasts, but love them that always put their trust in thy righteousness.
We're the ones that did that. So judge us and love us and have mercy on us, predicated upon that. Read.
It says, trust in thy righteousness and glory. I mean, that's pretty much it on that.
Let me see something. There's probably a verse that you didn't read earlier. Where we at? 8? Where's 8 at? Right here.
I guess I could keep going, but
no, you should. 28 is where you need to start. Read 28.
Saying as 8 and 28. Think not upon those that have walked vainly before thee, but remember them which according to thy will have known thy fear.
See that? We're the only ones that knew his fear. We're the only ones that keep the law. We're the only ones who ever did any of that. So judge us for that. Period. Right? So go ahead. Salahi, go ahead.
Want me to read 224?
Yeah, we're reading all of 24 as well. Go ahead.
It says, He had not beheld iniquity in Jacob, neither had he seen perverseness in Israel.
That's right.
Yahweh his God is with him, and the shout of a king is among them. God brought them out of Egypt. He hath, as it were, the strength of an unicorn. Surely there is no enchantment against Jacob, neither is there any divination against Israel.
That's right. There's no enchantment against Jacob, neither is there any divination against Israel. Meaning you can't curse us. We have to be stupid and break the laws of God, and God is going to curse us. You heathens, you can't curse us. There's nothing you can do against us. You literally instead now have created a world where we are so driven in sin that now we are getting the curse. You can't do anything to us because as far as the Most High is concerned, we are innocent compared to you other nations. And you're going to come to find that out very soon when the Most High start jacking you up and putting our curses upon you. All right? Read.
It shall be said of Jacob and of Israel, what hath God wrought? Behold, the people shall rise up as a great lion, and lift up himself as a young lion. He shall not lie down until he eat of the prey, and drink the blood of the slain.
He shall not lie down until what?
Until he...
Start from that from the top.
Numbers 23 and 24. Behold, the people shall rise up as a great lion.
The people. Who is the people rising up as a great lion? Israel. The people shall rise up as a great lion. Read.
And lift up himself as a young lion. He shall not lie down until he eat of the prey.
And what this is correlating with, it correlates with all of Israel, then it correlates with the tribe of Judah, then it correlates with Yahushua. Right? Read.
It says, he shall not lie down until he eat of the prey.
That go back to Genesis 49. Go ahead.
And drink the blood of the slain. And Balak said unto Balaam, neither curse them at all, nor bless them at all.
So we're talking about Israel going to rise up and destroy people. Right? Read.
But Balaam answered and said unto Balak, told not I thee, saying all that Yahweh speaketh that I must do? And Balak said unto Balaam, come, I pray thee, I will bring thee unto another place. Peradventure it will please God that thou mayest curse me them from thence.
Let me take you somewhere else and maybe God's going to change. This Moabite has no idea how Yahweh operates. He's clueless. Right, Read?
Yeah, he's literally retarded. And Balak,
they're literally retarded. Okay, they're actual mamzers. Go ahead.
And Balak brought Balaam unto the top of Peor that looketh towards Jehishimon.
Baal Peor. Go ahead.
It says, and Balaam said unto Balak, build me here 7 altars, and prepare me here 7 bullocks and 7 rams. And Balak did as Balaam had said, and offered a bullock and a ram on every altar. It says, and when Balaam saw that it pleased Yahweh to bless Israel, he went not, as at other times, to seek for enchantments.
No, we haven't been threatened by anybody. That Turner the Gap Burner. That was a little bit of a miscommunication, but no, we haven't been threatened by anybody at all. Go ahead.
It says, but he set his face toward the wilderness. And Balaam lifted up his eyes, and he saw Israel abiding in his tents according to their tribes.
So Balaam looked up, saw Israel in their tents according to their tribes, 12 tribes now, read.
And the Spirit of God came upon him. And he took up his parable and said, Balaam, the son of Peor, hath said, and the man whose eyes are open hath said, he hath said, which heard the words of God, which saw the vision of the Almighty, falling into a trance, but having his eyes open. How goodly are thy tents, O Jacob, and thy tabernacles, O Israel.
Hey, look at how great of a people we are. While this devil wants to curse us, this gook wants to curse us. Here we have the Most High showing Balaam how great are these people. That's what he's seen in the vision that Yahweh was giving him. How great these people are. Simeon tribe warrior, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shabbarakatah, Wathawada Ak. Right, read.
As the valleys are they spread forth, as gardens by the riverside, as the trees of lion aloes which Yahweh hath planted, and as cedar trees.
Shalom, Tombs, man, where you been at? Read.
As cedar trees beside the waters. He shall pour the water out of his buckets, and his seed shall be in many waters, and his king shall be higher than Agag.
In many waters, we're going to be all around the world. Our kings are going to be great. Read.
And his king shall be higher than Agag, and his kingdom.
Meaning we're going to be greater than the Jewish man, who is Agag, an Amalekite. Right? He said his king's going to be higher than Agag, showing you what Amalek is the top people, have been the top people on earth. They said we're going to be greater and richer and more splendors than the fake Jew because we're the real Jew. It's right here in the Bible. Go ahead.
And his kingdom shall be exalted. God brought him forth out of Egypt. He hath it as it were the strength of a unicorn. He shall
of a rhinoceros. Go ahead.
He shall eat up the nations his enemies, and shall break their bones and pierce them through with his arrows. Wow, that doesn't seem like too much loving everybody right there. It says, he shall eat up the nations his enemies, and shall break their bones and pierce them through with his arrows. He couched, he lay down as a lion, and as a great lion, who shall stir him up? Blessed is he that blesseth thee, and cursed he that curseth thee. And Balak's anger was kindled against Balaam, and he smote his hands together. And Balak said unto Balaam, I call thee to curse mine enemies, and behold, thou hast altogether blessed them these 3 times. Therefore now flee thou to thy place. I thought to promote thee unto great honor, but lo, the Lord hath kept thee back from honor.
See, I was going to lift you up, but you play with it too much, right, Reed?
It says, therefore, and Balaam said unto Balak, spake I not also to thy messengers, which thou sentest unto me, saying, if Balak would give me his house full of silver and gold, I cannot go beyond the commandment of the Lord, to do either good or bad of mine own mind. But what the Lord saith, that will I speak. And now, behold, I go unto my people. Come therefore, and I will advertise thee what this people shall do to thy people in the latter days.
I'm going to show you what's going to happen in the end times. That's what the Most High has shown this man, to show unto this Moabite. I'm going to show you what's getting ready to happen to you in the end times, how these people are going to do your people. Right, Reed? For this animosity you got towards them. That goes back to Deuteronomy 23. Of Moabite and Ammonite shall not enter into congregation, even to the 10th generation. Right, Reed?
There's so many cuts right here, too.
Yeah, no, a lot. I love this whole book of Numbers. I really love. It's one of my favorite books in the Bible, for sure. Go ahead.
And he took up his parable and said, Balaam, the son of Beor, hath said, and the man whose eyes are open hath said, he hath said, which heard the words of God, and knew the knowledge of the Most High, which saw the vision of the Almighty, falling into a trance, but having his eyes open. Now remember, this said this is going to happen in the latter days. I shall see him, but not now. I shall behold him, but not nigh.
Who is him? Who is him? Read.
There shall come a star out of Jacob.
Who is the star out of Jacob? That's Shamashiach Yahweh. Well, that star was there to show them where to go when he was born. That star coming out of Jacob is Yahweh, the world calls Christ. Read.
And it says, and a scepter shall rise out of Israel, and shall smite the corners of Moab.
Shall do what?
Smite the corners of Moab.
Shall smite the corners of Moab. So when Yahweh comes, he's coming to conquer the Chinese, man.
Yeah, come.
That's plain. Go ahead.
But that proves that the Moabites still exist.
No, that's true, because it's latter days.
That's Yahweh's second return. That's his second coming.
That's right. Well, I wouldn't say second coming. That's his return.
Or that's what I meant.
Yeah, because that's that second coming. That's Christian thing.
Yeah,
and we know that his first coming was his sixth coming. It's really his seventh coming. To be honest with you,
I meant to say,
right? But you all right. Go ahead. The return.
And destroy all the children of Sheth, and Edom shall be a possession, and Seir also shall be a possession.
Edom, meaning we're going to have white people in slavery when Yahweh comes, right? And we're going to have their land, right? It says they of the south shall possess their land. Read.
Seir also shall be a possession for his enemies, and Israel shall do valiantly. Out of Jacob shall come he that shall have dominion,
which is Yahweh. Read.
And shall destroy him that remaineth of the city.
Everything that's left dead. Read.
And when he looked on Amalek, he took up his parable.
He got something special for the Jewish man. When he looked at Amalek, he took up this parable. What did he say?
And said, Amalek, this is proven the Edomites exist too. Amalek, the sons of Esau, was the first of the nations, but his latter end shall be that he perish forever.
You see that? Showing you that they're going to be exterminated, the Jewish man. He's going to not exist anymore. That's his future, right? Harvey Weinstein, Adam Sandler, Lenny Kravitz. They're not going to exist. They're going to come a point in time where they're not, Zoe Kravitz, they're not going to exist anymore. Read.
And he looked on the Kenites and took up his parable and said, strong is thy dwelling place, and thou puttest thy nest in a rock. Nevertheless, the Kenites...
Yeah, the Koreans are Moabite. They're like a Moabite Ammonite amalgamation. All right? That's why they're the most... They're the mamzerest of the mamzers, of the incest babies. Right? Read on.
It says... Nevertheless, the Kenites shall be wasted until a shore shall carry thee away captive. And he took up his parable and said, alas, who shall live when God doeth this? And ships shall come from the coast of Chittim, and shall afflict ashore, and shall afflict Eber.
And this has all happened historically. There's a situation room where the deacon goes into it through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. I suggest y'all check that out for further edification on it. Go ahead.
And shall afflict Eber, and he also shall perish forever. And Balaam rose up and went and returned to his place, and Balak also went his way.
Was that in 24? All right. With that, we're going to give all praises, honor, and glory unto the Most High God, Yahweh. We do so in the name of His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai. Tune in tomorrow for Situation Room or later day, whatever, for Situation Room. And also look out for that discussion we have with the Christians to be up sometime.